Hello, everyone. Quick Draft has been switched to Throne of Eldraine, so we thought we'd poke the bots. Last we left the bots, they had been tuned so that the mill deck was dead. You basically could not draft, and like blue becomes nearly undraftable the last time we looked at the bots because they had tuned up the blue, so the bots take all the mill cards, and then that doesn't leave any for everybody else. So while it has successfully killed the mill deck from bot Throne of Eldraine draft, it also effectively weakens blue as a color because the bots are just naturally going to gravitate to blue more. So if the bots are unchanged, where we left it last time, in my recollection, was that red was pretty easy to force. Red aggro was... red aggro, white aggro, even green aggro, but basically low down aggro decks were where I was at on Arena the last time we did a Throne of Eldraine bot draft. So I'm gonna lean towards that. I'm not gonna force anything, but it's gonna be a near force. I really am gonna push towards red and see how that holds up and see if they've changed the bots at all. And one thing that has not changed is Card Kingdom's incredible customer service, inventory, and shipping speed. If you have anything you need for your tabletop Magic game, please check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They are findable via my link down below in the panels. Chat has just posted the link there, and of course in my YouTube notes, you can always find it there as well. If you visit Card Kingdom via my affiliate link for basically the next couple weeks, as long as you don't visit with anybody else's affiliate link, all of your activity at cardkingdom.com is basically registered to my stream as something that I helped make happen, and that helps keep them happy with what we're doing here. And I stay on the air, and we stay playing Magic together, which is what I want. So if you're ever in need of physical Magic stuff, please keep my affiliate link to Card Kingdom in mind. Now let's see what these bots are up to. Well, I said I was leaning red, and we have a Sundering Stroke, which is expensive if you're trying to get hyper aggro. It's not exactly low down red, but it's quite a good red spell if we want to take it. Improbable Alliance is a fun build around. Fierce Stalker Witch might be the best card in this pack. I don't know how chat feels about that. But we have, I think I'll take the Sundering Stroke. Jinx likes the Alliance. I find blue-red not that great, and I want to try to lean towards more mono-red if it's open. So that's what I'm going to take there. Speaking of mono-red, that's a mono-reddish card, but we could also take an early Lucky Clover. Lucky Clover is a really fun and powerful build-around that if you can get early on like this, you can really make happen. And even, it's more of a green-white card, but there are some enough adventuring in all the colors that you can kind of take it. I think I actually just want the Smasher here if I'm experimenting with kind of leaning into heavy red. So I'm just going to take Smasher and lean heavy red. And heavy red is not at its best in with the adventure artifact. We have another Improbable Alliance. Snap off what hat? There's Clockwork Servant, which helps you with the heavy one color. Out Muscle. We could be green-red here. All right, I'll take an Out Muscle with the Rampart Smasher. Okay, look, Secret Keeper is still here in the pack. This actually says to me that maybe they have adjusted the bots, because literally we never saw Secret Keepers anymore. The last time I did Eldraine bot drafting, I only saw Secret Keepers if I opened them. So now maybe if the alliances are going to wheel, we could actually take, maybe we take this and see if the science holds up. Yeah, it is a kind of a weak pack. Frogify maybe But this makes me want to take Secret Keeper and see if the bots don't care about it anymore. I'm really surprised to see this here. Thrill is interesting if we're really trying to head towards maybe this blue-red on the wheel, but I'm going to just take Secret Keeper and see if the bots are actually giving us this these days. Well, now, I think we stay towards the red side of town with 7 dwarves or a red cap. Merchant of the Veil can do some stuff if we end up in the blue, but I like 7 dwarves here. Early enough that we might pick up more of them. Barge in, good for the heavy red plan. Youthful Knight still being here is somewhat signally to me, but I think barge in is what the aggro red deck wants to do. Rimrock, rocking some rims, also what the aggro red deck wants to do. So Tiny still here, worth noting, but we're gonna rock it. Mad Ratter says maybe take this on the hedge. If the blue-red stuff does wheel, then maybe we do get the tools here. Opportunity cost is basically a jousting dummy, which is quite playable in mono-red knights in the format, but I think we can spec on the Ratter, given that we saw 2 payoff cards. And if the bots don't like them and they are still here, we could do that thing. Because Ratter plus 2 alliances would be enough. Well, we still might, Razor. Let's see. Okay, so it didn't wheel, so it looks like we're not on that plan. I will take the first Thrill, though, over Red Cap Raiders. And here's a jousting dummy I won't pass. Barge in, though, is fine. So let's cut the Keeper and the Ratter. We're not doing these things. Might do the Squire. Possibility we still end up a little bit of green here. Ironcrag Feet is an on-color rare, but it's not one we care about. We can take the Lock Dragon and be mega red with just a touch of green for outmuscle, but probably safe to just take another Rimrock here and see about staying hyper aggro. Yeah, Joust is not that great, but if you end up heavy knights, it's still worth it. You just want to wheel it. I'm taking Rimrock. Yeah, you like the rare into the stroke. I'm going to pass on that combo, but I do think that's funny that it's there. Wildwood Tracker suggests maybe we could go a little bit more split. Just do red-green and be non-human red-green. Marleaf Rider helps with that. I still don't want the Joust, so I'm going to take the Tracker in case we try to do 2-color aggro. Another Dwarf, though, is what we're going to take here. All right, I was hoping we might find a Grim Gully, or a Grum Gully. Edgewall Innkeeper is somewhat of an engine card, and we do have the double Rimrock, but I think I want Grum Gully more than Edgewall, actually, in this deck right now as it's coming together. Another Dwarf, that's what we want. This is decent in Knights. I like this a lot in Knights, and Broom is totally playable, but we want all the Dwarves we can get. Another Outmuscle says we're kind of in the right place here. I'm probably not playing the Tracker, though. Probably playing... oh, well, here's another Tracker to put us to that question. We're now, on this pick, trying to figure out if we are more even in... But I kind of like 2 Outmuscle as a splash and just take Paladin. Or like, yeah, Grum Gully and 2 Outmuscle and then Paladin here and be heavy red. I think that's my leaning. Barrage here is fine, although this is good in our deck too, but I just want the Barrage. Fling might be playable. I think I'll take the combat trick over the Fling, though. Rider says maybe. Slipper says not really, but I'll throw it in the board maybe. Here's a blow your house down. That's a decent falter effect to get those last damages in. Jousting dummy, though. Another playable 2. I'm going to go for the falter effect for best of 1. First falter effect. If we don't have any... Oh, well, here's another one. Hey, this isn't bad for us. Is this okay for us? What do you think? Should we take the Ember Cleave? Pack 3, pick 1 Cleave? Sure. A Fires is funny, but we're just going to take more 7 dwarfs here over Trail of Crumbs, etc. Dragonfire, though, that's awesome. Another Lucky Clover. Just moving in on our aggro plan, though. Might not even play this Sundering Stroke at this point. More dwarves. We're close. 5 of 7. 5 of 7, everybody. Another Smasher. Yep. We'll take this in case we want to play it. I don't think we want a merchant, so let's consider that. Rose Thorn Halberd. And I'll take another one of... yeah, another one of those. I think we want... Red Cap here. And Curious Pair for possible memes. Fling. I guess I'll... Yeah. This is a Vault Progress pick. Barge in. Yeah, we might cut all the red. Cut all the green here. But I haven't taken a bio break. I will play this with you, but I need to go to the bathroom first. So let me go do that, and then we'll make some quick cuts and play at least a few games with this. All right. Let's start by just cutting all the green and see if it's even, well, I think we really want to, I mean, we could just cut it and make it pure, you know, call it pure red and done. Maybe this is good enough.
do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
A little redemption there. Okay. I can't not play just the two out muscle and the grum are just too good. We should play those. Cut like a paladin. Cut the thrill. Jousting dummy. Since we're not really doing knight synergies here. 14, 11. So maybe cut a barge in. Yeah, we can probably cut that. You're right. Maybe put the barge in back in. We have enough reach. Yeah, I don't think you need. I don't think you need indestructible if your creatures are big enough. And we got like smashers. And we can cut one of them. Maybe I am just supposed to cut both and be hyper perfect on the mana. But we could just put in a jousting dummy even. Yeah, I like this. That's a good name, too. I think it's turned out pretty good. How many forests do we want for our splash? Maybe a couple more. Or at least one more. Should be at least 11-5, I think. Let's try this. Yeah, exactly. If it weren't for the Smasher being on color, we wouldn't be able to run them. All right, let's get to the battlefield. Let's update this stuff and give this a try. Yeah, this sea feels pretty good to me. 7 dwarves with the combat tricks. Embercleave is dumb. If we can resolve our Embercleave, we should just kind of win games. We're going to keep this. We've got a turn 1, no turn 2, but we have a lot of draws to them, and any land we get Gully on 3, so ship us the mountains now. I mean, heck, I guess you could ship us 2 more forests and we could out-muscle. Well, if we don't find a turn 2 play, we do have the pump at least. This can't block, so... It's a turn 2 play. It's not the ideal one, but it's all right. Beanstalk Giant gonna get big on us. It's funny, I was just wondering, oh, who is this? Which player from chat, which member of chat is playing? Oh, wait, that's not what's going on here. Never mind. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oop. That was a misclick, obviously. Only for science. I was just trying to go to here and do that. Oh, I was trying to change my emotes and I misclicked. Not even worried about it, though. I was only going to play a few games of this one anyway, and it's all for science, so whatever. I mean, you can punt me. I hate it when I get punts logged that aren't even real punts. I think punts are when I make a gameplay mistake that I want to try and remember, you know, learn from. There's nothing learning there. There's no learning. Now I kind of want to run this to 7 wins just to show you it doesn't even matter. Because I don't know, I explained myself, Rob. It's your choice, but that type of mistake just doesn't matter to me. Like, it's not what I think tracking punts is for, really, is my bottom line. And you have to do a lot of work to concede. I just did it too quick and clicked on the wrong part. Wow, I'm gonna scoop this one up so we can play. Ooh, Scorching Dragonfire. Now, Red Cap Raiders would allow us to optimize our mana, but 7 Dwarfs lets us attack through a Flutterfox, so I'm going to dwarf it up here. If we'd find a land, we can Dragonfire and Dummy next turn. If not, we still get the Red Cap Raiders. No mana. I'm going to attack first. If they go for a double, we get a blowout, so let's offer that. Probably just winning the game off this blowout. Trapped in a tower at least keeps the dwarf on the battlefield to augment future dwarves. We can't find our 4th mana, but still in a commanding position here. Yep, this can now power up our raiders, that's true. Sundering Stroke still in the deck. We're trying to really win before this is a factor, but it's so you can still run it. I mean, sometimes we get to 7 mana. All right, 4th mana is nice. Do we want to trade a dwarf for a walker, though? I think we almost are okay with that because, yeah, I'm okay with that. We get to follow with a smasher if they want to make this trade, and then we look in great shape, I think. So we go ahead and offer the dwarf. Probably get in for 4, bringing him to 7, and then having a 5/5 and a future 4/3. Yeah, the basically knights can't stop it factor is a real deal in this color pair matchup. Give us a land. No land, so our barrages are a bit stuck. But no first strike, so we still get to swing away. And it's a must block. See, what I was trying to do is get to the 1-loss bracket where I feel like we can just win out. Yes, but that 1 loss is so important. It's the difference, I'm sure. All right, couple lands of any stripe, and we got some serious smashing going on. We're going to keep this. It's on quick draft. That's why we thought we'd do this. Give a little quick draft check. I'll throw this red cap in the way of theirs if they want to offer. I feel like the stuff we have behind is conducive to trading. They could use tools. They may use something to win combat here. That's fine. I want to trade red cap for resources ahead of hopefully double smasher. That's a pretty good one in that they get another spell off of that. But now we get dwarf into dwarf even. So one more land and this hand is looking awfully tight. Wait a second. That's our plan. Well, we got a barge in now. That's nice. Not that they're going to block Grumgully with our... not that they're going to block with Grumgully. Still no blocks. I'm going to hope to find a land and start smashing. Get land, we go smasher, smasher, find another land and have barrage and barge in, and I think we can get there, especially if they're going to use their turn pumping the red cap, ostensibly meaning that nothing is going to get Grumgullied. Embercleave is laughing at us a bit because we can't quite cast it yet, but we're close. It makes me want to actually go ahead and cash in the barge in here, because we do 9, and then Embercleave can add another 9. Clear barge there, like we should have barged. Well, now I'm gonna. Or do you think they had barge? Or maybe this doesn't even matter either. And it's not 9, it's 8. I said 9. So let's see, if we do 6, 7, 8 here, they drop down to 11. Or no, they drop down to 9. And then Embercleave plus 7 dwarves is lethal if we're full on racing. So that does change the clock to 1 turn if we find a land. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Yeah, Barge is only attacking. Now I like 1 dwarf in. And if they trade, that's fine. If not, we have another dwarf back to threaten both of these. Just getting mana screwed here. Could make an argument to keep both back, I suppose. Yeah, if they trade, the other dwarf shrinks, but it still trades off with Weaselback in that case. Yeah, we could force a block. But if they don't take it, we just lose. So I got to keep 1 back. We can keep 1 back or both back, but not 0 back. Frustrating. I'm going to send 1. Jinx would pass. I'm sending. Keep them nervous too. You know, we're worried about them cracking in for the win. They need to worry about us cracking back for the win if they do anything aggressive here. Well, that shows they're nervous. I mean, we're both aggro with relatively low, you know, half life totals here. We're both concerned about just suddenly losing to the other. Now, maybe they shouldn't have chumped. I'm just saying, though, that's the mentality here. It's nerve-wracking. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just trying to explain that I understand how a nervous Oppo could make that block. They're going for it. Thanks, deck. Thanks, deck. We only have the Embercleave sitting here laughing at us. Like, laughing at us. Unreal. All right. Boy, I feel like we're not being that greedy. We just keep staring at our 1/5 and our 2 5s and a 7. They keep showing up with us on low mana. That Embercleave failing to land, really frustrating. Maybe I cut a Jousting dummy and put in an extra mountain. I feel like if we cast our spells, we win, and we do have a 7. You'd cut a Pally? Yeah, maybe. Nah, I'm gonna go with the weak 2. We have a lot of 2s with 5 dwarfs and then the Rimrocks. Magic gods, you've had a couple good laughs at my expense here, but come on, this deck is good. Let's show them how. Hook me up, please. 7 dwarf on 2 into potentially 7 dwarf number 3 plus Bargain or Rimrock is a great looking turn 3. Need to find any land, really. In fact, with the Outmuscle, I wouldn't mind a forest, but really just want a 3rd land for turn 2 or for turn 3. Oh, deck! So funny, deck! Oh, it's so funny! Hilarious! Hilarious, deck. Oh, I'm laughing. I'm gonna go with a dwarf, though, or try. Yeah, Sundering Stroke off the top. Alright, deck is loosening up a little bit on the humor. I mean, they have to block, right? That's why Bargain is good in the format. Bunch of must-block situations keep coming up. And we could Rimrock just to get... I mean, either we should Boulder Rush or play the 3-1. Maybe we just play the 3-1 now that we're winning combat here. Do you like the Boulder Rush for 2 or just dropping an extra 3? I like just dropping an extra 3. With that trample there as well and another Bargain behind, just getting more creatures on board seems great. Outmuscles as well. So we have the tools to leverage creatures. Let's just dump more out there. All right, there we go. So now I like a Outmuscle over a Smasher. And then we just win. We're close to just winning. Actually, we barge in. Let's... Barge in then is a 1-mana play. Let's go ahead and use a 4-mana play here. There we go. That's the deck doing its thing. Also, I like that Eldraine is back because I have a bunch of Eldraine drafts that I never posted, so I can post those to YouTube now too, and they have relevance. This is a weak opener. I'm going to mulligan this. This is not what we want to see, actually. I mean, we do have a Rimrock on 2, but that's a weak start here with everything else expensive behind. Well, somewhat of a weak start also, but it has an Embercleave, so we're going to keep, and I'm going to ditch a Paladin. Although maybe I should keep the 2 Paladins and ditch the Barrage, and just keep everything that would help an Embercleave. I'm going to go Paladin, though. Not great. 1,000,000 twos, none of them here. One fly down. Well, it's a 2-drop play if Oppo does something that we want to kill. All right, well, 5-2 haste incoming. Not worth dragon firing that. I will go ahead and offer... Well, we'll play Smasher. Can't be blocked by the Knights, and Paladin can come down with haste in support of it. Smasher might just die to black removal here, though. Yeah, Smasher Cleaver seems fine too, right? We can just, although we can also, now with Searing Barrage, we really can just clear the way. They can't block here. I think Cleaver is appealing, but we don't need to do that yet. I think we should just barrage our way through this right now. But yeah, that is good. I mean, 6/6 double strike on, and they're not showing the ability to kill it, right? This is an instant anyway. Yeah, they can't block it. I'm just trying to decide if we are cleaving it up or not. Control versus clock. All right, let's go ahead. They haven't... I'm doing this because they haven't shown... Like, I feel like if they had removal, they would have snapped off the Smasher already. Maybe there's instant speed removal I'm not thinking about. Maybe the legendary... Anyway, we're going to try it, though. Yeah, Threaten just ends the game, right? They get 12 out of this. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I guess we're not... Oh, yeah, and then this would be dead. So, if they can Threaten... Well, I don't know what the Threaten is. Oh, is it just that... Is it the only one that claimed the Firstborn? Order of Midnight can't block on multiple levels. It is a knight, and it just literally can't block. Well... Not anymore. Yeah, Barrage was close, but we're not there anymore. Wow, is Embercleave somehow not going to be enough? What do we got to do here? Now I'm wishing I had just gone with my control plan. 12, 13, 14, 15. So close, so close. If we send in, they're down to one card. Non-humans plus, that's human, human, human. So these all, so if we just barrage the errant, I don't think they can get there. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. And I'm going to... I guess... I don't want them to do anything like pump +2/+2 mid-combat. I'm just going to kill it now. And I think now we have the ability... If they have a cleave of their own, we're going to tip the cap, and I'm going to get on with my day. It's not enough. They even gain some life here, but all of their stuff is knights, so they can't block this Smasher at all. That was harder than it seems like it ought to have been, given our cleave, but we did get started a bit late. We didn't get the rollout we wanted on that, and we mulliganed. So, cleave really helped us recover from a bad opener into a bad opener. I mean, it changes everything to even win or lose once, because it changes who your opponents would be, but we really would be, like, we had that first game that I accidentally scooped, so I kind of feel like this deck has been 4-1 with one stumble on mana, and that's about it. Wow, double forest with the old Paladin, is a little sad. And again, the Sundering Stroke, we don't want to see this yet. We're on the play. Kind of want to throw this back as being not quite what we want to see, but maybe it's greedy to throw this back. I'm going to go with my gut and mulligan this one. It just looked like the wrong set of stuff. I'm going to keep this and ditch the 5. And I do like this better. We have a dwarf now that we can rimrock, etc. See you, Molecule Man. Thanks for hanging. Now we get, with 2 mountains and a 3rd land, Boulder Rush. Plus Rimrock. I'm going to offer here. They might block and accept that, in which case, okay. I certainly don't want the Life Linker around. Although we do have the Rampart Smasher. Maybe I should just take this for a turn. I'm enamored with getting this Rimrock, some use out of the Rimrock, but perhaps I should just be patient here. Say no attacks and try to land this Rampart Smasher and actually find some of our other 4 dwarves to actually augment the 7 dwarves and not trade off so early here. All right, lots of mana there. That's kind of a little unfortunate to see. Makes me want to actually start with the Outmuscle. If they didn't say please the Outmuscle, that seems better than didn't say pleasing the Smasher. And Outmuscle would let us get an attack in if they don't have anything. So I'm going to try that. On the, I'd rather have my Outmuscle countered here. It looks like it worked. Oh, right into our other dwarf that would have augmented that. But sure, we'll go Rampart Smasher now and see if they have any tools for that. Black, blue, a lot of tools available. Yeah, I'm not that doesn't surprise me at all. Another dwarf, though. Could have just gone with the other 3-1, I suppose. Maybe I'm being silly trying to get value out of the +2 here. I should really just probably have a 3-1 out. We're getting out-carded here and are going to lose on the corner turn for Mappo if we don't apply some real pressure. Something that can apply real pressure is this card called Embercleave. We haven't seen them counter anything here, so we're going to go ahead and give the Embercleave a try right now. We can see, though, if there's a... Yeah, yeah, we're gonna make him have it. They haven't shown a counter yet, so I think if they have like a didn't say please, they drew it. So we're gonna make him have it. All right, that's actually a nice draw. We get to Grumgully into our Rimrock. And then suit up next turn. I'm going to throw this on the Rimrock. If they have removal, this is the thing we want to have die anyway. And it's got bigger power for the double strike. Not going to barge in for now. I mean, that sucks, but Embercleave's still a good card, turns out. We don't really have much else to cast now that our 7-drop is gone. So I could sandbag this in case of more discard. Keep them worried about the hand. Maybe they spend some resources on the card in our hand. I mean, not that it's the important thing. This is interesting though, because obviously they could have cast the 4/5, and it would have traded. So this is suspicious. I don't think we're going to connect here, just so you know. And drawing land is awful. Come on, deck. Oh, please, not like this. You gotta be kidding me, deck. Not like this. Come on. Come on. Hey, called shot. Well done. Might just be enough to win. Complained at my deck and it was like, fine, 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 fine. Fine, Ryan, fine. That would have been a terrible way to go out. Instead, we get to keep battling, and I'm going to try and get to 7. I'm playing this till this is done. After that accidental scoop, I want to get to 7 anyway. We didn't hold land. Well, for starters, I started to, and then I believe it was Jinx or somebody correctly observed that 7 mana was relevant to us because we had hasty creatures and an equip cost. Here we are again. I'm going to keep this. We have a 3 and Adamanted Barrage. We have the Sundering Stroke that we can get to. If they're super aggro, this could go badly for us, but I am going to keep on the strength of the 3-drop creature play and the 5-drop removal on any land. This is not a great opener, though. Not with this deck. Would love one of our 2-drop creatures off the top. Hey, we got one of our 2-drops. Nice. Not going to play the forest till I need to, because if we get kind of unlucky and we happen to rattle off and end up with 7 mountains, I'll happily adamant the Sundering Stroke. Are you lonesome tonight? Yeah, I think 7 is where we wouldn't need to hold anymore. Or we wouldn't need to play them anymore. More knights. We need our ogres. I'm going to take both of these, though, and hopefully find something off the top here to do. Right now, we don't have anything to do. We draw Searing. We have Searing Barrage and a 7-drop. But I'm going to take this attack, and we'll do some unfortunate blocking if we don't find anything else to do off the top. Barge in is not really something to do. But I'll still do a mountain. And can still send this... And maybe they'll want to double block. I think we have to throw the dwarf on something, though. I guess we send this alone, leave dwarf back, and barge in if we need to. Yeah, maybe I was cutting a little close to not offer a trade last time, but like if we have found one of our dwarves off the top or any reasonable creature, we'd be in just such a better spot here that I decided to give it a chance. But now we will trade for Trick or Knight. We are trying to be aggro, and we're up against it, and that's a bad place to be. But we are close to being able to resolve this. If we can hang on for just a couple of turns here, then we're not out of this. I'm going to hold the instant speed Searing Barrage for shenanigans on defense. We'll go ahead and do this on a try and trade. See what they want to do. Although, I guess if I should block the... We don't have, like, bounce, so token versus not token doesn't really matter to us. Lifelink is something, but not really. Like, basically, the vigilance might matter here more than the 2-1. Just trying to decide which one of these to block. But lifelink, I guess, does matter over time here. I'm going to take the lifelinker out. Or try. And then we barrage. This is where we could barrage the token instead of the prince. Although prince is not a knight, and we actually have knight-proof stuff in the deck. So I'm going to go prince. Yeah, we can't... Forever Young is one factor, but the knight interactions are another. I'm going to go with this. Weird, our aggro red deck is trying to be a control deck right now. Dwarf, you're late. And I'm going to go ahead and just play this one. It can't block, but maybe they won't see that. And we are on defense here, effectively. Land off the top and we can stroke as long as we're alive. It's just trying to live to stroke. Oh my gosh, go into 1. Need a basic off the top, need them not to... All right. This deck is better than I am, I'll tell you that. We went 4-3 on my misclick, but this is actually better than a 4-win deck. I think this deck is hot stuff. No pun intended. It's just a good deck. But there you go. We got through the whole event anyway, so maybe it's just as well that I accidentally scooped a game because we got to complete the event. Go back and thank our YouTube friends for hanging out for that one. Saw the early Secret Keeper, thought maybe that Blue Mill was available in this bot build, but then the usual flow of good aggro red kept happening, so maybe red is still a good place to go with the Eldraine bots. Certainly, if they are not changed, then aggro white and aggro red were with, and then third place, like I had it like red, white, green as the top 3 colors last time we had Eldraine bots. So if they have not changed, sounds like maybe they are still supporting those archetypes. We got run over by a lot of those archetypes. I mean, there were a couple, at least a couple of blue decks there, but the stuff that was getting us was more aggro. So I think if you're doing Eldraine bots, I would stick to red and white based aggro as a leaning, given where the bots are at. So there you go. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, YouTube.